And we're live.
We are live.
On video. Podcast isn't going yet. See, this is the treat for the people watching the video. Now the music's going, but the podcast is about to start.
Interesting. So we sit here and vibe, or just...
What's up?
What is up?
Don't Start a Band episode number 5 with Mike Schraeder. If I said Thomas anywhere else, I'm sorry. His real last name is Schraeder.
It is Schraeder. Yeah.
Yes, and he is the... Are you the lead singer of Charlie Horse? Would you call yourself lead singer?
I'm the co-singer.
Co-singer and co-guitarist? Is there two guitarists?
I'm the lead guitarist and co-singer, band mom, and...
I'm band dad of the Backseaters.
Right there, dude. Right there. Yeah,
For
bring
those of you
Gatorade.
listening, that was a high five.
That was a high five. But yeah, bring Gatorade and orange slices for my boys, my sweet guys.
Damn, I'm really falling down on the job. I don't bring my guys shit.
It's not the band mom. It's the band mom responsibility. The band dad.
Band dad just gives you tough love.
You just sit on the sideline and you know.
I think I probably have called him sport a time or two. All right, sport.
All right, champ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. But yeah, lead guitarist and co-singer of Charlie Horse.
Is it hard to do lead guitar and sing at the same time? Because I can't do that shit. I have to be playing chords.
At first, yes.
Yeah.
After you play it a million times, it gets so much easier.
Yeah.
I know, like...
Because you're not playing like... Beep, 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 beep.
No, it's like fast octaves and
It's
crazy
awesome.
crap that's not really... I mean, when I can, I try to implement power chords on myself just to make things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's there's some lead parts that definitely make it difficult.
Yeah.
But you
Like
get by
tiny
it.
moving parts status?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Makes no sense.
I will tell you right now, and I will promise Charlie Horse will never be tiny moving parts.
Backseaters is not even.
Even if I
the
get a
same
new lead
ballpark.
guitarist.
Exactly.
Like, I'll be so distracted by all the tapping and everything going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
tapping, harmonics,
Mhm.
everything that guy
While
does.
still sounding good while singing.
Dylan from Tiny Moving Parts, if you're watching this, what's up? You're always welcome on the podcast.
Hit it up. Hit it up.
So, let's start from the top,
All right.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
So I have personally, aside from the band, because I'm the one that matters in the band, I'm calling all of them out.
This guy gets it. I say shit like that all the time and nobody gets it.
I'm the talent. But no, I got my first guitar when I was 7. I saved up, got my own guitar. I was like really into Green Day.
Yeah.
Like insanely into like American Idiot. Like years later, the tie and the eyeliner came at one point, very briefly.
Shit.
But the black shirt with the red tie, with that, yeah. So insanely into Green Day, saved up, got my own guitar. Nice like Walmart, like First Act.
Yeah.
You know. And then it was for my birthday. That's when I got all the money. And then my grandmother ended up getting me acoustic for my birthday. So I had 2 guitars when I was 7. And I taught myself how to play. Started bands that never once practiced. We had logos. There's like
Yeah, that's all that matters.
a checkered heart with bones through it, like crossbones. But and then fast forward to, I would say high school, like junior year was when I actually got a band started. At first we called ourselves Not a Significant Source, and that's because our first EP was Mountain Dew themed. It was all about Mountain Dew, and it was called Sticky Green Love.
Oh, wow.
And then it was me and my friend Cole. We recorded it, and it was like all like crappy recordings and all that. And then people started demanding we play shows, and then we felt weird about playing shows with all Mountain Dew related songs. And
Yeah.
I'm talking like gang chants and we're like a metal band, like breakdowns.
Just all about Mountain Dew.
Yeah, all about Mountain Dew.
That's
And then
crazy.
we changed the band name to Quiet on the Western Front. We got Norris on drums, Nick Norris. He's our current drummer for Charlie Horse. We got
What up, Nick Norris?
Nick Norris. We got Clint Larson, who was Cole's younger brother. He is our other vocalist and guitarist in Charlie Horse.
Okay.
And then we had Cole on vocals, me on clean vocals, playing guitar, and this guy named Gunner, who played bass. He's a friend of ours. Is a friend of ours.
That sounds like a bass player's name.
Yeah, Gunner. Yeah.
Gunner.
He was just around, but when he was around, he would slap.
There you go.
So yeah, we changed it to Quiet on the Western Front, did a whole EP, whole post-hardcore kind of EP with Taylor Hahn, back when it was like Phantom
Really?
Studio, yeah.
Damn.
That was about 7 or 8 years ago. We kind of went our separate ways. People got grown-up jobs. Cole had a kid, so it just got difficult. And then fast forward to now, in between, I was kind of doing solo stuff and producing and, just
Yeah.
if anybody gonna make it happen, it's gonna be me, kind of thing. So now I just miss being in a band. So we got Norris back, we got Clint back, and then Hans, he's a longtime friend of ours, never played an instrument in his life,
Oh,
picked
yeah.
up the bass, and just took it full on, and he kills it.
Does he actually know how to play bass?
We turn on the amp every now and then.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Did he know to use a pick, or did he try to slap it at first?
we try to tell him to slap every now and then.
I think I Love You Man really fucked people
Yeah.
up on what bass players do.
Exactly, yeah, and I watched an interview with Paul Rudd, and he's like, that's all people tell me.
Oh,
It's like
sure.
they tell me to slap at a bass. But and then we just added a new guitarist, a longtime friend of mine, Jake Gomes. He was actually a rapper before joining the band, but he's
What was his rap name?
Jake Drew.
Jake Drew?
Yeah,
Like Ricky Bobby?
yeah, like 2 first names. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, but his middle name is Andrew, so he did like
Oh, okay, that
he
makes
shortened
sense.
it. But yeah, so now we're Charlie Horse, and next will be something else when we eventually break up, and I'll
There you go.
do our solo albums.
So is Charlie Horse a fairly recent thing?
We started June of last year, 2017.
Okay.
So fairly new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been a whirlwind.
Sounds like it.
Yes.
I mean, I did that podcast where I talked about like my progression, but at least you had like some of the same people you kept.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it's a blessing and a curse because it's like hard to imagine working with anybody
Yeah.
else.
It's hard to find other people too.
Right. Exactly.
Our new guitar player we actually found on Craigslist. It was like one of those 1 in a million
Right.
Craigslist
That's like my
things.
worst fear.
Just
Just like having to reach out via Craigslist to find somebody.
we had this dude come over that he didn't practice any of the songs. Like you could tell he
Mhm.
was a super talented guitar player,
Right.
and that he probably sat in his room and played guitar all day long, but he didn't practice any of the songs, didn't know the difference between rhythm and lead,
Oh.
and he had never played shows, which is fine because when David joined the band, our drummer,
Mm-hmm.
he had never been in a band, never played shows, never recorded, never
He
had
seems
an
like the
official
nicest
drum
dude.
lesson.
Like
He is
on that documentary, he was
Yeah.
just like, he seemed like the coolest dude
Yeah.
ever.
he's the fucking best. But
Shout out, Dave.
shout out David. He's gonna be on here soon.
Sweet.
We're gonna do like a me and David, and then probably a me, David, and Cole. And that one's gonna be a hoot, probably.
Nice.
But yeah, he hadn't played a show, which is fine. But also, I asked them, are you comfortable with like advertising that you're playing shows
Yeah.
like to friends and family? And he goes, like handing out flyers, and I said, no, like Facebook. Do you have Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, I used to, but I got a lot of crazy ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I went, all right. Thank you for your time.
Catch me on that MySpace though.
Oh, fuck. You know, my MySpace is still up. I don't know what they did to it.
I can't find mine.
See, I found mine just because my fucking, like, tag thing
Your
was
URL
so
thing.
stupid. Yeah, it was Hey Cookie 5. Yeah.
Mine was FOB rocks, so do I.
Damn.
Yeah, like, and it's still, like, they were just like, yeah, we can't keep this.
That's
We
funny.
can't archive this at all.
Yeah. See, I can find my page, but I can't log into it. You can still see some of the pictures, but MySpace for me back then was just like having my band song on there and then like the heaviest songs I
Right.
was listening to.
Yeah.
Like it was just a fucking dick swinging contest as to who had the heaviest.
It was like, I
profiles.
only listened to the first 30 seconds of this song, but it was the coolest 30 seconds of
Yeah.
a song I've heard, so it's officially my MySpace song.
I had Nightmares by For the Fallen Dreams because it comes in with the crashing, glass.
Yeah.
Fuck, MySpace.
There was some like, and I feel like that's like when like the hipster, like movement kind of started, was just like, yeah, this band is heavy and you've never once heard of them because
Yeah.
they're from Alaska and they're
Exactly.
local there. And, and it's like, if I could find like all the music I actually liked that I found that was just so underground, nobody heard of them kind of deal,
Yeah.
I would like to, because they're probably not, none of them are probably together still. And it's like all these bands trying to be, the coolest band with the most synth in their breakdown.
Yeah, there was a couple bands in Denver like that. Have you grown up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you ever familiar with a band called The Forgotten Secret or Defending the Pilot?
Defending the Pilot, yeah.
Yeah. We used to see them at Life Spot all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were like the pinnacle of MySpace.
Remember Grayscale?
Yes.
Dude.
That's why when Grayscale came out, I was like, seems a little...
I know there's a rumor that the guys from 303 were in Grayscale.
Really?
That's quite a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't believe it, but I can't find evidence to prove otherwise.
The last show I saw at Life Spot was Breathe Carolina and Kill Paradise and The Forgotten Secret.
That's like,
Yeah.
I think that like lined up my MySpace playlist at some point.
That was...
Breathe Carolina. God.
Yeah, back when they screamed.
Yeah. They had the one guy that did the auto-tune clean vocals, and then the other guy just growled the entire time.
Fuck. The whole, like, anyone you talk to, for anyone listening who doesn't know, Life Spot was an all-ages venue, and basically any band could play there, and it was just like, you could go, I think it was $5, Fridays and Saturday nights, and like, even if you didn't know who was playing, you would still go just to hang out and listen to whatever band. And like one of my first shows was at Life Spot, and like when we got that show, we were like, we did it.
We made it.
We made it.
Quit our jobs.
Is there anything else?
Time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Life Spot. Like when you meet the people that used to go to Life Spot, you're like, this guy's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here. You get to witness it live.
I had no idea that he knew what Life Spot was.
Yeah.
It was not premeditated or predetermined.
Once you hear that somebody was into local music a couple years back, you're like, yeah, you went to Live Spot.
Yeah. Exactly. Fuck you.
That was awesome. And I remember Taylor Hahn, who recorded both Backseaters and Charlie Horse. He was in a band called Unroyal Blood.
Oh yeah, he's got those pictures up
there. Yeah, and like me and a couple buddies, it's like we'd go to their shows and they were like the coolest shit. Like, like their guitar guitar shreds. Patrick's insane on drums. Ryan was doing vocals for him. Ryan Wilson from
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
he was doing vocals with him.
Patrick is insane on drums, which is crazy because like when I first met him, he was playing bass for If I
Right.
Fail,
Yeah.
and then heard the Short Fuse EP, and I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, you'd think it was like a laptop drum machine or something, but that dude is sick on drums.
Shout out to Patrick.
Patrick. But yeah, we've been around.
Yeah.
Now we're the ones on the stage,
Yeah.
which is tight.
Damn. It's hard to bring up Life Spot without having that That's So Raven moment
Oh my
where you
God,
just
where you just zone out.
flash back
Yeah.
and see everything. Fuck, that's crazy.
Before we like drank at shows or like had to worry about other people drinking at shows, because Live Spot was just
Yeah.
like it was all ages, so you'd go there, you get like soda, like
Yeah.
little
I think
snacks.
I probably drank my first Monster at a Life Spot
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, energy drinks, by the dozen. Everybody had a Monster, Full Throttle, whatever.
Yeah, they had Monster, hair in front of their eyes, and skinny jeans. If you had that, you were at Life.
Some of them weren't even skinny jeans; they were just their sisters.
Yeah, see, I never had a
That was like-
sister, so
Right, and that was like before like, because I think like, how long have they been making skinny jeans? Because I think that it started right around there.
yeah, skinny jeans for men.
For men,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Well, and my first pair of skinny jeans, I don't know if you remember you probably do, the music video for Misery Business by Paramore,
Yeah.
how they had the red skinny jeans.
Yes.
My was those red skinny jeans from Hot Topic.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that Hayley Williams like released a statement that they're never gonna play that song anymore?
Yeah, they said because they used the word whore or something
Yeah,
like that.
once a whore, nothing more.
Yeah.
Sorry, that'll never change.
And I was like, that's like, if I were to go see Paramore, like, and I like Paramore,
yeah.
they're never like, like the, oh my God, they're coming, I have to go.
I
But
saw them on the first Riot tour.
right, and I would love to see Paramore if I had the chance.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Misery Business
Exactly.
just as much. So it's like, just don't say whore.
Yeah.
Once a bore, you're nothing more. Who knows?
That sounds good to me.
Not even
bore.
like BORE, just BOAR.
I gotta plug in my video camera. It's about to die.
Oh my gosh.
Technical difficulties, people. Happens to the best of us.
There we go.
Is it still live? Are we still live?
We're live.
Did we lose anything?
Just Jake. Oh, there he is.
If we've
Hey.
lost any of the video footage, hit up Mike on Instagram
With all your
and
hate.
he'll tell you everything you missed.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could just listen and subscribe to the podcast. It's up to you.
That works.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I know you said you started listening to Green Day.
Yeah.
Is that like the only band that got you into music?
Oh, no.
Or that was just like the major one?
No, that was I think like that was the first time I got fully embedded into an album.
Yeah.
With American Idiot, and then of course because I heard American Idiot, I listened to all their older stuff. So
Mhm.
Blink played a huge role, for sure. They're
Got
I think I went-
this little number right
oh
here.
my God, you got the bunny.
And he's shooting the arrows from the newer stuff, and he's wearing neckbelts.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think no matter what genre, Blink has played a role in most of the bands that we surround ourselves with.
Yes.
If we have anything in common, like Blink.
But it's like I mean, now we're older to the point, but like back, I don't know, 6 to 8 years ago,
Mhm.
I wouldn't even tell people that Blink was an influence of mine.
Right.
Cause like, you've definitely gone to see bands where you go, oh, they want to be Blink-182
Yeah,
because they
everybody
make
wants
the
to be Blink.
jokes and they dress like them
Mhm.
and that's really what like gives it away sometimes is like
Right.
you can tell that they do like a little Mark, Tom, and Travis
All
show
Time
bit.
Low. I don't know if you've heard any of their
Oh,
live stuff.
Fuck. Don't even give me.
Dude,
I actually really liked them when Nothing
Funny-
Personal came out.
Nothing personal.
and-
I stopped listening after that.
Yeah, that was the last one that I
Yeah.
really cared about, but
But no, I mean, and I inadvertently saw some of their live stuff,
yeah.
and it's like, it's all like dick jokes
Yeah.
and just everybody
It's the
wants
Mark,
to be
Tom,
Blink.
and Travis
Yeah,
show.
exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing missing was like Tom's Satan voice.
Yeah. Oh man. But like, you've seen it,
Mhm.
and I just remember trying so hard not to be Blink-182
Right.
because I just wanted to be my own entity.
Right.
So, Green Day, Blink-182.
Uh,
What was like? Do you remember the defining moment where you were like, "I'm gonna play guitar. I'm gonna play music."
I think it was actually seeing Green Day. They played with Newfound Glory and Sugar Cult.
Oh damn.
Yeah. And they were like doing the tour for American Idiot, but like, and it wasn't even Green Day that made me want to do it. It was more like just Sugar Cult and Newfound Glory. Just the fact that they're like along for the ride.
Yeah.
I remember Jordan from Newfound Glory. He just straight up mooned everybody, just pants around the ankles. Just
You couldn't do that nowadays.
yeah, no, that's not gonna fly. But it was the funniest shit I had seen as a kid, but then going from like them having so much fun on stage, and then seeing Green Day go up, and it was just like a big cinematic, just
Yeah.
clusterfuck of emotion. I went home and I was just like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
I need to do this. And so that's when I like really, at that point I had already had the guitars and everything, and so I was like, I'm gonna just drill it.
Was that your first concert?
Yeah.
I'm putting this out. Everybody's gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh.
I'm not gonna laugh.
My first concert
I'm gonna be envious. Watch.
was the first concert I ever went to was Avril Lavigne.
Alright, we're out.
Hey, but the second concert I ever went to was Plus 44. So
See, that's fine, but no, I mean even Avril Lavigne, like at that point,
yeah, she wasn't
We're
even
kids,
like
like,
super poppy anymore.
Skater
Or
Boy,
yet.
it's complicated. Like she was full of hits back then, so there's no hate there.
And
The
I
Plus
was
44?
11.
Dude.
I still have the hoodie from that first
Hell
Plus
yeah.
44 show.
You
It's
just gotta-
got holes in the elbows,
Yeah.
but I still
You
got
just
it.
gotta patch it up. Like
Yeah, I'm keeping that fucking thing forever.
cut the design out of it or whatever, and just patch it to a denim jacket or something.
Hell yeah.
It's like that dude's
The
rolling
hard
around.
part is the design is right, like the zipper right
Oh, really?
through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Plus 44 was my second show,
That's it.
so I've actually told a lot of people my first show was Plus
Plus
44.
44.
So if I told you that, sorry,
Yeah,
I lied.
that's okay.
It was Avril Lavigne. And yeah, that's the last I want to
You gotta embrace the
say
apple.
about that.
Yeah, no, Plus 44 was, that's when I discovered, with their album, that's when I discovered, like, vocal harmonies.
Yeah,
Like, No It Isn't, the vocal harmonies that they
Oh,
have
yeah.
on that song blew my mind the first time. I was like,
Yeah.
they're singing two different things, that sounds so great.
Yeah.
And so, like, at that point, I was like, harmonies on everything I ever do. And, I mean, if I were to ever find the music from those days,
Mhm.
everything in harmonies. Like,
yeah.
everything.
Well, that's the crazy thing that I didn't notice until a couple of years ago is like
Mm-hmm.
Enema of the State was such a huge album, and like if you like All the Small Things is a really simple song,
Yeah.
but the harmonies throughout
Right.
that whole album, and like Adam's song, how Mark has that part at the end that's like a super yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it's like they were talented. They have talent.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I don't know how you are. I like their new stuff.
Blink?
Yeah.
I really liked California. I didn't listen to the deluxe edition.
Yeah, the remaster or the
Um,
re-release.
But I really liked San Diego.
Yeah.
I love that song.
That was about Tom, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, that was. I can't remember where I read
All
it.
the fucking songs are about Tom.
And
And all the Angels and Airwaves songs are about Mark.
Yeah.
So,
Travis is just off somewhere selling a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, yeah, like some of the vocal harmonies they have on that one with Matt.
mm-hmm.
Obviously, Matt's not Tom, but
It's never gonna be Tom.
never gonna be Tom. But I think they're doing as well as they can.
Yeah. I thought the residency thing though, I wasn't.
In Vegas, yeah,
I wasn't
like,
a fan of that because it's like, okay, Celine,
Yeah.
Miss Dion.
I was like, couldn't you have gotten like Foo Fighters or something? Like,
Yeah.
But
Anybody else?
you're gonna take our Blink from us for months at a time.
I mean, you know, if somebody offered the Backseaters a residency and they were gonna pay us that, I would say yes to.
Obviously, yeah.
So.
How would you like to?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'd sell out in a heartbeat.
I'd sell out in a heartbeat as long as I got to write my own songs.
Yeah, yeah. People talk about not wanting to sell out all the time, and I'm like, well, if I had the opportunity, great.
It's just funny.
I just don't want, as long as I can do it without changing the way that I'm doing things now.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, there's so many bands that people think, like, a lot of people think that A Day to Remember sold out.
Right.
No.
No.
Absolutely. Like, I don't think they sold out at all. And if you listen to Bad Vibrations, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't fucking sell out. But, like, All Time Low, like you said, they tried to do that album Dirty Work. They got bumped up to whatever record label because they were on Hopeless, went to some major label, like major label. They made Dirty Work, and it was the worst album they'd ever made.
Right, and everything after that, it just kind of followed the same trend. But no, Day to Remember, there was a point in time where I thought that was the case. Like I was like, oh god. I think it was What Separates Me From You.
Yeah.
The one after Homesick or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry. They came back with a Common Courtesy, and I was like, oh no, you're good.
Yeah.
No, you guys are fine. And the fact that, I mean, they're not selling out, they're just as popular.
Yeah.
They're just more popular. I mean, they're, as long as I can remember, like when the Day to Remember comes out with an album, they do like, like these behind the scenes, like in the studio.
Oh
hilarious.
My God.
But
so
I mean, they still do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're just getting more popular. They can't help it. They can't tell people to stop buying their shit.
Yeah.
And it's cool because the last time I saw Blink was with A Day to Remember.
Yeah. I was out
Yeah.
there.
And
fucking the sound cut out during
dude,
second
when
sucks.
Travis goes on there. Oh my god.
I was so, and all the fucking, you weren't in the pit, were you?
No.
Like up front. All the fucking people in the pit going crazy, like the sound was still working.
Yeah.
Like somebody didn't go, hey, Jeremy, sound's not
Hey,
working.
buddy. Yeah.
Because they were just fucking going hard and nobody could hear anything.
Yeah.
That's the problem with in-ears and that fucking thing that they all use now that's like programmed and they're just plugged into that.
You can still hear it.
Yeah, it goes through the
same.
PA, yeah. Oh man, I
But,
was
like,
so disappointed.
Any other song it would have happened, I'd be fine
Yeah.
with. But the time that Travis Barker comes to play drums with you,
And second
and
sucks.
nobody can hear it.
Yeah.
Like I even looked
You
up.
can still hear Travis playing.
Oh,
but...
well, hell yeah, you can. But I look up YouTube like the next day or something like that, and I'm like, okay, why were they losing their shit? Like, why were they so excited?
Yeah.
And you still can't hear anything except
No.
for Travis.
No.
So it was like the entire pit's just going nuts with Travis playing drums, just by himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I mean, like, you could hear little, like Jeremy actually fucking screams. Like, you could hear, like, little bits of him screaming.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that was so disappointing because I love that song.
That song is so heavy, and to be able to hear Travis Barker on it.
Yeah. First time ever hearing him play double bass pedal.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the only time he's ever done it.
Yeah.
In front of people.
In front of people, yeah. I don't know. Every time I feel like he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah, like I didn't even know that he was in a car accident recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit
He
blew
was
my
in
mind.
the plane crash, the car accident. His legs are just fragile
Yeah.
as hell.
Well, and his arms from all those years of, I think, did they say it was playing hard? And I think the painkillers had an effect on
Yeah.
it too, but like, yeah, just not taking care of himself.
Because
Like,
I'm pretty sure it even affected the residency.
yeah,
Yeah, like they had to like shut it down or something because, yeah, and I was like, oh my god! But to be able to hear Travis like play a song like that,
yeah,
it was like ripped from us, and
yeah.
I was like, oh,
I know. Well, when I saw Plus 44, they played
Yeah.
at the Ogden, and Travis only played with one arm.
oh my god!
Because that's when his like arm was shattered after they did the When Your Heart Stops Beating
Mhm.
video.
Mm.
So he had the trigger and he had, was going all crazy. And at one point I think he was smoking a cigarette, maybe it was a joint, and he was like fucking playing at the same
Oh,
time.
God.
Um,
I remember Fiddler's Green. He did like DJ AM tribute. It was like right when like they were doing the tour for Neighborhoods when they got back together.
oh, when they did Big Gig, huh?
Yeah. No, it was like.
Oh, that was 2009.
It was like
2009.
Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, Taking Back Sunday, and
I can't remember who else.
that wasn't the one with Weezer, was it?
It was.
Yeah.
It was because they all came out in like the white
I
jumpsuits.
saw Angels and Airwaves open up for Weezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway.
But yeah, he did like the floating
Yeah.
drum, like the thing went upside down, and it was like that. It's not gonna get better than that unless he plays Second Sucks with Day to Remember, but
Yeah.
that'll never happen.
Yeah.
But
That was insane. Oh, and the fact that, like, I thought for sure after DJ died, they were never going to play
Oh, yeah.
Adam's song again. And then, like, it just blew up that they played it at, was it at one of their residency shows? First residency show,
I
was
think
it?
so.
Yeah. That shit blew my mind.
Yeah.
But have you read Travis Barker's biography?
I haven't had a chance to know.
It's actually really, really good. And
Yeah.
like the fact that he was so honest about like how he was is
Mhm.
it's incredible. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because like some people could take it and be like, "Wow, fuck this dude."
Yeah,
But no, it's badass
that's cool.
for sure. My fiance got me when it came out, she got me a signed copy for my
Yeah.
birthday. So yeah. But
That's awesome.
yeah, man. Blink. A Day to Remember. A Day to Remember was actually the band that got me into heavier music
Yeah.
because the first Warped Tour I went to was in 2008.
Yeah.
And I think they might have been playing on the Kevin Says stage. But I remember I was standing in line to take a picture with the color Fred Mascherino.
Fred Mascherino.
Yeah. And I just hear, I've learned to let go. And I like turned
Fred.
around and they're fucking going hard. And I was like, what is this? I need this in my life. I'm an angry 14-year-old.
Must exert rage.
I
Yeah.
am 14 and life is coming down hard.
I'm confused about my body. But yeah, no, I think it was them and Under Oath.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sorry. I forgot about Under Oath.
Sorry, guys. Sorry,
Whoa.
Aaron, Spencer, guys.
Okay. So, Under Oath, it's different because I was listening to Under Oath back when like I started my
Right.
first band because like I had always played drums and sang because
Uh-huh.
of Aaron Gillespie, but A Day to Remember introduced me to actual like hard.
Yeah, like, and Under Oath they were hardcore, but they weren't hardcore.
They were screamo.
They were like, they weren't like we're gonna say something that's
No
gonna be
two
printed
steps.
on a shirt right before a breakdown.
Yeah.
Whereas Day to Remember, I think, became really well known.
Keep
for-
Running Your Mouth though was
Yeah.
the best with the Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Getting his shit rocked by the ghost.
It was like, which one's your favorite song? Because I have a shirt for just about every one of them.
Yeah. I used to have a shirt, it was like the globe and it was like melting and had a bomb fuse coming
Yeah.
out of it. I can't remember if it said anything on the back, but it was
Yeah.
fucking sick.
But yeah, no, Under Oath they were like the starter kit for like
Yeah.
hard music.
Oh yeah, definitely. Did you get to go see when Under Oath did the Define the Great Line and They're Only Chasing Safety tour? Oh, dude, it was rad.
I bet. Yeah, I think the last time I saw that the last time I saw them, they were promoting Lost in the Sound of Separation.
Were they on the Mayhem tour with Slipknot? Because I was there.
No, it was at the Fillmore. And it was like right after the album came out. And like Aaron comes in with Breathing in a New Mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like that song until I saw them open with it. And I'm like,
Is that the...
you know, and it, yeah, they blew my mind. Not so much anymore with their new stuff, but
I'm sorry,
I could go classic
but
on
I'm not big on that new album.
no.
I've tried and I've tried, but Define the Great Line will always that will always
Agreed.
be one of my
Agreed.
favorites. So, the question, just kind of going back to the nature of the podcast.
Yeah.
I got
Let's talk about our band.
well,
Our bands.
so I love having the conversations, but
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know, because I said what the podcast is for, like helping people understand what goes into like being in a band and
Right.
stuff. Like I feel like I have to revert back to it from time to time.
Yeah.
What was it like? So what was the first shows you started playing? Well, okay. What were the first shows you started booking?
Started booking. Well, with Quiet on the Western Front, that first band, it was
Not the Mountain Dew band.
the one that developed from the Mountain Dew band.
Yeah.
We mainly stuck to, I think like the biggest like venue we played was Moe's.
Oh, really?
The one you just played.
Yeah.
And that was for a Battle of the Bands. And there's a video on YouTube under a pile of years of videos somewhere.
Definitely.
Well, obviously. But no, and other than that, it was like primarily basements.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, hey, your mom cool with us just moving the couch, and
See, I think that is so rad.
right, and it was fun. Like it turned into like we were just awkward and nervous to reach out to venues, so we're just like, we'll just make our own in your mom's basement, and we're charging like $3 at the door. We've got a merch table right before the basement door.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and it was just, I mean, it was easy, but you know, after playing venues are so much easier to work with. Because basements, it's just like, watch it over there, the window.
Yeah.
You know.
Please don't hit the microphone and hit my teeth.
Yeah, guys, please, I'm feeling claustrophobic. And then when I did solo shows, I got weird when I was solo. Like, it was a lot of hip hop pop, but I sang the entire time.
Yeah.
But the beats would like, I call them beats.
Was it just you and an acoustic, or
no? It would be like I'd bring a flash drive with instrumentals on them.
Okay.
That are like, it'd be like a half-hour long audio file that was just completely choreographed.
Like a set
and
list.
yeah, and those suck because you want to take time to like thank people for coming.
Yeah.
But it's like,
And
nope, the next
improvise,
song's starting. You know.
Damn.
And then with Charlie Horse, the only ones we've done so far are 38 State Brewery. Because, and it's just because when we started, Colin he's just like, all right, guys, you ready?
How long have you known Colin for?
When I was in Quad on the Western Front, he reached out to me just to say, hey, listened to it, loved it. And I responded, hey, saw all your Darkly stuff, loved it.
Yeah.
And he was doing a project, Somewhere But Loved, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I love that. That's awesome. I want to hear more. And, you know, like, not much came from it, but, you know, we've always stayed intertwined with each other's music.
Yeah.
Did
you know him back in the Life Spot days?
I did not.
That's when I learned who Colin Darkley was.
Yeah.
And I never thought I was cool enough to wear Darkley.
Right. Yeah, no, and Darkley was always just like up
Yeah.
here for me. And I'm like,
It still is.
I'm like, I would love to purchase it, but I'd be afraid that he doesn't approve of me. And, but, and then after getting to know him, I'm just like, that was some shit. Like, Colin's like, I've never had a bad experience with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just, he always went out of his way to keep in touch with me as far as his music goes. And he'd be, he's like, hey, if I fail, just released the, what was it, their Misfits cover, Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
He told me about
that.
that.
Was it Misfits or Alkaline Trio?
Was it Alkaline Trio?
I think so.
Oh, man.
I can never remember.
Yeah. But, he just reached out to me and he's like, hey, we did it. And I was like, awesome, killer. And, every time I'd release a solo album, it'd be like 18 songs. Like, really unlistenable. Like on
SoundCloud
great songs I
or
could still
something?
stand by, but there were just so many.
Yeah.
Like, double disc, like, I thought I was way bigger than I actually am kind of thing.
Damn. That's a lot of music, though.
Yeah, but it was like, daily I'd be writing. I'd be, But yeah, when we first started Charlie Horse, he was really, 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 really blunt about needing us to play a show.
Oh yeah.
he every time we talk, he didn't say hello. He said, "When are you going to play with us?"
Yes.
And so we were we owe a lot to him, and
I think the world owes a lot.
oh yeah. So, which you'll see the benefit.
Yes. In the intro to all the podcasts.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the intro too. But and then upwards and onwards as far as shows go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've done. Basically, basement shows with Quiet on the Western Front. Solo shows were just awkward by myself, and I hated them. Charlie Horse, it's the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah. So have you played any of like the Soda Jerk Live Nation venues?
No.
What?
Yeah.
Have you played at like Seventh Circle?
No.
Dude, you
I
guys would be like perfect for Seventh Circle, but us and another band called Poets and Wolves are working on putting a show together for, I think, sometime in January.
Yeah.
But dude, we definitely need to get you
and it's
in the Live Nation
and I mean it's
database.
as much as we love the venues that we've been able to do.
Yeah.
It's like 38 State.
You can be honest.
Great.
Ready?
38 State, great.
But you're
the
ready.
fact you got to move a table from the jukebox to.
And you're ready to have your own monitor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, we're definitely ready.
Hell yeah. I think so.
We still, get together, practice once a week, and play the same 5 songs over and over again, and still enjoy it just the same amount every time.
Yeah.
So.
That's really fucking important.
Yeah.
Is just loving the songs.
Right, and it's like, we've had bad practices where, me being the band mom afterwards, I'm like, guys, that did not go great.
Yep. I've stopped in the middle of practices and I just go, the vibe is not here today. And instead of all of us driving each other crazy, let's just stop and hang out.
What do your practices generally look like?
Well, usually David gets here first. He's always on time. And him and I have heartfelt conversation until Colton shows up, and then we both talk shit to David. And then Chris, we just got a lead guitar player. His name's Chris. He just started, and he's usually late. Yeah. And so we really talk shit to him when he gets here. Yeah. But the thing about him is, like, David is nice, but Chris is, like, fucking nice. Yeah. Like, shout out Chris, I have tried to push his buttons and, like, talk shit to him just to see, and nothing. Like, he's so nice. And, like, the thing is he plays guitar kind of like I do, and like he's investing in getting all the pedals that I use. But anyway,
Yeah, no, they would.
are we
back?
reconnected?
Are we back?
Yes. Time's a ticking.
Alright.
No, Vimeo, actually, so that's where I would post my drum covers because YouTube takes them down because, there are other, And I get a notification from Vimeo, and my top video was, do you know who Sam Hunt is?
Yeah.
The Body Like a Back Road. I did a drum cover of that, and they fucking took it down.
Oh my
Yeah, which sucks, but...
Typical Sam. Typical Sam.
But no, practices, we usually we'll start with I pick which song we do, so we'll usually start with something off the Phantom EP, like Phantom, just because it's easier to sing, but we'll just kind of go through everything and like hear how everything's sounding and stuff like that, just to get warmed up, and then we'll start talking like structure. Like we have a song called Coming Back that we have restructured to the point where we actually have like a little semi breakdown at the end, and then we do all that stuff and then practice that a shit ton, and then just always end with Ground Up.
Wow.
Just because, but no, and that's the thing is like we love the set that we play. It's 8 songs, and we've got it down to where we can do all 8 songs in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we do like 3 songs, and they all go into each other, and then I'll say something. 3 songs, say something, and then our last 2 songs. Sometimes we'll just run through the set, but right now we're just trying to get it on lock.
Right.
Like David started playing with a click, so we're just trying to get like super fucking tight.
Nice. Ours are, we play at there's a rehearsal studio, Decibel. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It's kind of, what is it? It's like, it's near like the Corner Star, like Arapahoe and Parker. But it's a rehearsal studio that already has a drum kit. It's got amps. It's got PA. So really, you could just show up with your guitars.
Kind of like Rocket Space.
Yeah, exactly like Rocket Space. So we go there we try to book it like every Friday. Usually I'm there first because I'm the only one that wants to do it because I am the talent. And then everybody else, they periodically show up. Our drummer comes next because even though there's a kit there, every drummer's got their own,
I know, dude. I was a drummer, still am a drummer, but I played drums in bands.
I think the last time I saw you play, you were playing drums.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish I could have played those songs more.
Yeah, and I was like, hey.
I love playing drums.
I know, and that show was awesome. That was the one with the Panic at the Disco cover.
That's right.
Dude.
Was that, who headlined that one? Was that?
Belmont.
Baywatch. Yeah,
Belmont.
That's right.
And they killed it.
Yeah.
That was like, it was weird because we had heard of Belmont beforehand, and then we were just like, oh shit.
I just knew they were friends of Knuckle Puck.
Yeah. Yeah, but they killed it. Everybody killed it.
Well, they watched your set, but they didn't watch our set.
What?
Yeah.
We're not even the good ones.
I don't know where they went.
We only showed up to be able to justify us watching If I Fit.
I don't know where they went. Probably to the weed store. Everyone on tour to Colorado goes to the fucking weed store. Like, yo, if you're driving in, hit the weed store on the drive in, not during the first fucking band.
Come meet the locals.
Exactly.
That are there to support you.
Because we will generally kiss your ass.
And tell you the best weed stores.
Yeah.
If we smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's a lot of thing I've noticed is like the Colorado bands that I've like been around. A lot of people don't actually smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like they're
like real Colorado
like
people
real Colorado
don't smoke
people
a lot
like
of weed.
Yeah, we got legalized, I guess.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed.
Yeah, I don't either. I was like there was a phase in high school where I was like, for like a week.
Yeah. Wow.
Mine was
like
a little
3
short-lived.
years.
Mine was a little bit more short-lived, but and then Yeah, but it's interesting.
But I never wore tie-dye.
Solid.
I did start listening to the Grateful Dead, though.
That's okay.
Okay.
Woo!
Because I always get worried telling people that. That's like almost up there with Avril Lavigne. But no, like Jerry Garcia, I don't care what anybody says. You know, the worst thing about the Grateful Dead is the Grateful Dead fans that make it shit for everybody else.
Right.
But Jerry Garcia was an insane guitar
Well, that's
player.
I'll tell you once we're done. who I feel like that way with, or actually, fucking, I'll say it. No,
Here we go.
I like hip hop. I like listening to some hip hop.
Yeah.
Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Very talented dude.
I don't know much about him, but I'll take your word for it.
Talented guy as far as hip hop goes. I hate his fan base.
I believe it.
I there's some people that like you just see him like wearing a Tech Nine shirt or something. You're like,
Is he part of the Psychopathic Records or the
I
Dark
don't think
Carnival?
so. He's strange music. That's
okay.
Yeah, yours is more like
I'm thinking
like
of
the one you're
Twisted.
thinking of, like
Yeah.
ICP and Twisted.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to joke about.
Shows how much I know.
We like to joke about how we're trying to get in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I work with a guy who keeps asking me if I'm gonna go see them because
That's
apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell him no.
No.
And you know what? The bottom line, and I feel this way about a lot of bands, is ICP is what they are. I've met some really nice juggalos.
Oh yeah.
That like, I came to the realization one day, I was like, what's the difference between me wearing a Blink shirt and listening to Blink and someone wearing a Hatchet Man shirt? And the only reason the Hatchet Man has a negative connotation is because of the dumbasses that fucking
that make it a bad name for everybody else.
And then there's the fucking Blink-182 people who, you know, there's some Blink-182 people, I'm sure.
There's a couple that I love Blink-182, like, you know.
Yeah,
and
I could name a couple people, but I'm not going to.
That's fair. Yes. But yeah, no, there have been some real asshats. I just don't like Blink-182. I only like Dude Ranch.
Dude, Buddha or die.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But yeah, so I mean.
Tech Nine.
Back to as far as
he's got a very unique voice. I admire that about him. Like I don't know much about him, but I've heard you know, a couple of his songs. He's got a very unique voice.
Yeah, you could tell it's him.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know
who had really good instrumentation?
Who's that?
If you go back and listen to Tupac.
Yeah.
He has a song called Fuck All Y'all.
Yeah.
And the guitar playing in it, like he had a lot of good guitar, good beats, fucking just it was cool.
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, no, our practices they
I forgot we were
back
talking
to our bands.
about.
Back to our bands. We're about to start a podcast that branched off of this podcast where we talk shit about
Mike Schraeder Part 2.
Yeah, Mike Schraeder Part 2. But no, our practices, they tend to be, we go through like our track list because we still at this point only have the one EP.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first hour it'll be like just us, like just kind of tweaking and you know that. Yeah. Second hour, if we're not writing something new, it'll be like stupid covers that we'll never let the public see.
Oh yeah, we do that too.
You know how many times we played like Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit?
No, but that's awesome.
It's like because we play in drop tuning.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, dude.
If I Fail was in drop C too.
Yeah, and so it's just the power chords turn into bar chords, and so it's just one finger. But Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit, it's the first fret as a bar chord, and then open like fifth string. So it's like
oh yeah.
And then Clint, our other vocalist, and that's usually when he'll jump in. It's just one of those days.
That's what see, we usually play like 1985 by Bowling for Soup. Yeah. I learned how to play that Walk the Moon song. The
Shut Up and Dance. Yeah.
I really, really, really want us to start covering Stacy's mom.
Yeah.
So don't take that from me.
We won't.
Don't
no.
take that from me.
No, we when we first started, and there's a cover like we do play, but we're not gonna play it live just because it sounds really weird
Yeah.
when we cover it.
What is it?
Teenage Dirtbag.
Oh my god, that was like the second one that I wanted to start
Yeah.
playing.
It's hard to do with all electric instruments.
It is.
But
I love well because you have
especially
that
since
like
we play in drop
acoustic just go in 16.
Yeah, and it's
I love that song so
yeah,
much.
but when that chorus hits when we play it, drop C chorus,
Damn,
it just hits. But
I got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby.
That's the rough part too. Yeah, usually I don't sound like this raspy.
Yeah.
I got sick last week and I'm still getting my voice back. But no, there'd be times where like if you hear our first song "Send Dudes" on the EP, it starts with me like again, like I can't do it now, but like we were just messing around so much in the studio that there were so many like little song clips that Taylor would be like, we're just throwing it in there.
Yeah.
And at the end of the song, like Norris screams, and so we're writing now, and I've personally just like been thinking in the back of my head like, what are gonna be this like little like quips that you hear? Yeah. Like what was the one on your third episode? Where he did it in one take. Yes. Yeah. He did it in one take. He was like, that was so hard. You had like the
if people could have
stuff like that.
Oh fuck! It was so funny because, like I said, he was a quiet dude and like he was super skinny.
Right.
And he had like long hair and he's going like this and fucking singing all in one take, and I'm just fucking dying on the fucking couch.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
hey,
Taylor.
You do a great Tom DeLonge, by the way. An epic stand, yeah.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to lose.
You had that like California.
Desire.
Where are you?
Yeah. Oh god.
I feel like at every point, like anybody that's started a band that's been inspired by Blink-182 has at least tried that.
Yeah. After that band was when I dropped Blink.
You went all out, and it worked because I was like, Epic Stand could kill it.
You know, a good thing that Blink did was kind of showed bass players like, hey, you can play chords and you can make fucking bass lines that are like lead lines. So.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I think we've taken from Blink-182 as far as influence, because if you listen to Charlie Horse, it sounds like Newfound Glory, 4 Year Strong, like, you know, the easy chord that people are falling into.
Yeah. I love it. I think you guys are like super tight, which like that you guys almost remind me of like pop punk meets You Blew It a little bit.
Yeah.
You like You Blew It?
Yeah.
It's I don't know, for some reason I always think You Blew It with balls.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I love You Blew It. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do too. And that's the funny thing is each one of the band members has a different musical taste. Like I personally, I'm a lyric guy. Mm-hmm. I love Brand New. Well, love. It's a complicated relationship.
He likes Jesse Lacey.
I like the other guys more. That's why I'm like, shit, damn it, Jesse.
You know what? It's fair because you fall in love with music and it's hard to just say, well, I don't love it anymore. Unless maybe you like Tekashi 6ix9ine, which was a fucking mistake to begin with. Fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't give a shit if he sees this.
But yeah, and I mean, like Manchester Orchestra is another huge one that I'm into. Clint, he's into, you know, more of like the Citizen, Real Friends. You know, the more emotional pop punk that comes out of it, but he's also into like Post Malone, and
Post Malone's
I got respect for him. Yeah. I there's a lot of songs that he does that I'm not.
at our Phantom EP release show, so we couldn't decide on what cover we were gonna do, so I played the first verse and chorus to Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis by myself, and the chords were basically the same for I Fall Apart.
I Fall Apart, yeah.
Yeah, so I did Don't Look Back in Anger, and then hit a chord, and then started with the She Told Me That and yeah, so I respect him,
but it's just so weird how the sound gets developed.
Yeah.
And this is the first project where I didn't just write everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the instrumentals, I'll generally organize them. I'll write the guitar parts.
Mm-hmm.
Norris rewrites his drum parts. I go through FL Studio guitar part and everything, and write just a general drum part, and then he's like, "Cool, thanks, but that." And then lyrically, we sit in a car and we do it all together.
In a car?
Just in a car and listen to the song, the instrumental on repeat.
That's pretty bad.
And we all play a role in.
That is something I've never heard of.
Right, and that's it's such a new thing because I was like, all right, well, if we're gonna be a band, if I'm gonna do the whole band thing again, we all have to pitch in. We've all got something to talk about. Let's just talk about it.
That was hard for me when I started the Backseaters because it was all me on those recordings, and when it came to sharing that, it was like giving an arm and a leg of my baby away.
Yeah, exactly, and it is rough.
I'm glad I did. But.
Yeah, and it panned out very well. Mm-hmm. I was telling him before the podcast started.
He didn't tell me shit.
So the Phantom EP, just terrible. I'm just kidding. No, I was saying that what was it? If Angels and Airwaves made a baby with The Cure, and then they were deemed unfit to raise a child, and the baby was given to just Jared Leto's voice. Not Jared Leto himself, but just Jared Leto's voice.
See, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Anything about Jared Leto.
I think it's in Wander, you sound most like Jared
Leto. Okay, I could see.
And I love Jared Leto's voice.
Yeah.
Great singer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always remember it as the guy with the fucked up face from Fight Club, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then...
Married Turnover.
And then Married Turnover's album Peripheral Vision later on in life. That's
a stacked compliment.
Yeah, dude, and I'll add more to it. I'll add Distant Relatives, but as of right now, that was the first thing I said. I was like, I can listen to this whole EP, and I want to just float in a pool. I was telling Jake that every night this week, because I got invited to the podcast, and I was like, well, I got to study all the Backseaters, and I'm really glad I did, because it's I fall asleep to it every night. It's not because it's boring.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's a vibe that it gives off, and it's just all right, okay.
That actually, I don't know what to say, just because that means a lot to me. That is the best compliment that I have heard since we released it. So
I'm glad to hear it.
so much.
Yeah,
that it blows my mind.
And he did not even offer me money to say that. I just did it on my own.
I ain't got no money to offer.
But yeah, it's good stuff. We're stoked to share the stage with Backseaters.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not just. We're gonna continue to share the stage.
We're gonna keep doing that.
Yes.
It feels good.
Oh,
it feels good.
We're gonna keep doing that. It feels good.
Yep. So we'll rile them up, and then you just calm them down for the ride home.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we go before you, and they start to nod off, and then you guys really pack a punch. Have you ever been falling asleep in a chair or on a desk or whatever, and then the tiniest little noise makes every hair on your body stand up, and it just pisses you off?
Yeah.
That's Charlie Horse.
Will be that tiny little noise that just pisses you off.
Yeah.
That's the best compliment we've ever gotten.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's okay.
No. Charlie Horse, if you haven't already listened to them, they're fucking dope. We played 2 shows together? It was 2 shows at 38th State, right?
Yes. We've never had the opportunity to play with Backseaters.
Yeah.
Because you were with If I Fail
That's right.
when we played.
Guitar once, and then drums.
And I think I mentioned at the second show that every time I've seen you play live, you're on a different instrument.
That's true. I do remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? Because I was like, first it was guitar, then it was the drums, but then you started singing and helping, and
Yeah. I don't fucking know, dude.
yeah, but it's been fun, and we're especially with the new stuff we're writing, just with the most recent events that have happened, it was a really really big punch to the gut.
Yeah.
That if it wasn't real before, it's got to be real now.
Yeah.
And our writing has just gotten so, it has showed more vulnerability than it ever has, and we're excited to show everybody, which may be at the benefit.
You might be playing a new song.
We might be playing a new song. That's the thing though, it's so new that not all of it's written yet.
Yeah.
But we've been jamming it and we love it, and it's a song that Colin, who, if you haven't caught on, had recently passed away. He was going to be on the song with us, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. But it just feels right to.
How many people do you think wanted him on one of their songs?
Oh my god! Anybody that went to an If I Fail
Yeah.
show.
I would fucking, yeah.
I'm willing to bet that there were a lot of people that saw them live and saw how much fun that, they had, you had, and just kind of I'm sure a thought crossed their head that like maybe I should start a band.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, I can say this.
Yeah.
So when we played at the Black Sheep, and I can't remember which time, but like, you know, when I played guitar, how I'd pull the guitar up and go back and forth.
I'm too chubby to do that.
Well, when I'm not in a little cubby like at 38 State, I'd go much crazier. And a kid came up to me after we played and he said, "This is my first concert I've ever been to, and that was amazing, and I want to start playing guitar."
That is so cool.
He actually told me that.
Dude,
so
that is so cool.
I can say that that's happened. Whether or not he started playing guitar, I don't know. But like the
Find
fact
Jake,
that
kid.
Yeah.
Hey, kid.
Here I am.
Find the guy.
Here I am.
But yeah, that's gotta be crazy to hear.
I forgot about that. And the fact that was his first show, I was like, damn,
Right.
way cooler than Avril Lavigne.
Right. And, the same way that Billy Joe from Green Day influenced the way things I dress in, I'm going to influence people to wear, like, just crappy-ass hoodies and...
See, I'm wearing Fred. I wear Fred Perry live because Brian Fallon from the Gaslight Anthem wears Fred Perry. The problem with that is it's like $100 for a polo, so that's hard. But yeah, anyway, back to Colin's vocals, and like, I know that I talked about them on episode 3, but seriously, if you haven't already checked out If I Fail, their new EP is incredible. They have a song called No Love Son that just fucks me up.
Mine is Found at the Bottom of Lookout Mountain.
Yeah, that song. Fuck, dude. And then, like, even Undesirable, that EP has one of my favorite If I Fail acoustic, loud and clear, and Say Hello to Johnny Cut Corners.
Yep.
And fucking, what's the last one on there?
Love Not
Sweetest Kiss.
Oh,
dude, Sweetest Kiss. And then even their first EP, Welcome Legion, This Is War. If you haven't, Frozen is a good song. But if you haven't listened to If I Fail, you're fucking up, kid.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it has been rough to listen to, but I'm glad we have the opportunity to.
Definitely.
Because it's perfect swan song,
And I kind of said this, Taylor and Han and I talked about it, like, if that EP it's kind of like, it's almost like it just I don't know, dude.
Yeah, and that's how I looked the first
Yeah.
time that I listened to it. I was just like, you gotta be shitting me. Like, this
Yeah.
is so good.
Well, and I heard the demos and like
Yeah.
and like the
Well, you had to play it, right?
yeah, but the mix is like even before everything happened.
Yeah.
That song "No Love Son"
Yeah.
was like already like fucking hitting me hard, and then yeah, and then they played it at the wake afterwards, and I went up there with all of them, and they started playing it, and I fucking lost it
Yeah.
during that, and it was fucking hard. But like you said, I am glad that we have that piece of him, that we all have so much darkly. My favorite shirt to wear, and I wear it every time I know I'm going out in public and people are gonna see it, is the "Welcome to Colorado, now leave"
Yes.
with the revolver.
Yes.
That's my favorite shirt to wear. But yeah, I'm just honored that I got to play music with him and hang out with him. And I don't know if I told you this, but when I went on tour with him, for 3 weeks, I tied his shoes for him.
Oh yeah.
Because he told me to, and I just did. And there were sometimes it went super smooth, and then sometimes I'd like go to start tying him, and he'd go, "Ow, motherfucker!" and kick his foot up and almost kick me in the face.
Holy shit.
And I told his dad that. I was like, I tied his shoes for 3 weeks straight, even when he almost kicked me in the face.
Wow.
But I'm honored that I got to tie his shoes.
Yeah, man. He it was funny. Like I showed up to that last show at 38 State, and he was like putting all the merch out and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much cash do I have? So I like checked, and I was like, all right, dude, what can I get for like $15? And he's just like, what do you want? It was just like, what do you want? And I was like, well, you don't have a shirt in my size. So I bought sunglasses, and I bought a little squirt gun that said "If I Fail" on it.
That was my favorite part of every set we played, when he's like, head over to the merch table, we got shirts, we got glasses, and he would always say this every single show. And we got some motherfucking squirt guns every single show.
Right, and I had it like in my back, like I'm strapped up, and I was trying to save it to the show, but I just kept messing with it, and it like ended up getting jammed. But I still wear the glasses. Like those glasses are still like my primary.
I think David wears.
Those are like just the pink ones that say "If I Fail" inside. And it was like a couple days before the accident, but he was on the road, and I was about to post this picture. I was just like trying to think of the way to phrase it, but I was just like, good thing I don't have the sun in my eyes while I'm crying and listening to "If I Fail." Like, but it was. He's a huge reason that Charlie Horse is still around, just because he really kicked our asses into being motivated and working harder. So
definitely
we're happy that
too.
Yeah, and we're happy that we get to share the stage with everybody and kind of celebrate that. And some people we do know, and some people we don't, but everybody's there for the same reason. Yep. Yeah. So.
And my favorite thing, I mean, for the people who haven't heard me say it, is like the most beautiful thing he did that I had never experienced until I started playing with him and like hanging out with him all the time, is like telling your friends that you love them.
Yeah.
And he would always say, "I love you, you're my brother." Right. And like everybody in that scene, there's no fucking handshakes. Everything is hugs.
Hugs,
you know
dude.
What I mean? Like, and I had never experienced that before, because like all the, a lot of, I mean, maybe like one or two friends, but a lot of like the other groups of friends I had, it was all just, oh, what's up? All right, see you later. But like,
later, bud. Yeah.
Yeah, but like hanging out with him, and like every time, you left, it was like, all right, dude, I love you. See ya.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I think that is the most beautiful thing he did for that whole scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we would joke about it all the time, like, why didn't we start kicking it years ago?
Yeah.
We would be like living together now. Like and we saw each other very rarely. We talked mostly like over like Facebook or something like that. But every time we got together, I've never interacted with somebody like an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Like I've interacted with Colin. Because for as rarely as I got to see,
I don't think anybody did.
Right, and it was hard not to just fully like take him in and then fully give yourself back.
Yeah.
So it was if I take anything from Colin, I hope it's that. It's just that welcoming vibe.
Yeah, because I don't think he judged anybody or like wouldn't talk to anybody. I mean, unless they were a fuck to him. Like when the last time we played in Colorado Springs was at I can't remember what the place was called, but he was like, yo, the Springs doesn't fuck with us. And I was like, really? Because like sometimes Colin would exaggerate a little bit. And he was like, they're probably all gonna walk out when we play. And I was like, I bet not. And then we get on, we start playing, and everybody who was in there fucking left the building.
Wow.
And then came back in after we were done.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and even after that, like, people who, like, said, apologized to him or anything, like, he just so accepting.
Yeah.
And, like, I take that away, too.
And our very first show that we played at 38th State, we opened. And and so we're nervous. I mean, we practice these songs like day in, day out, ourselves, and then once a week with the band. And he comes up to me and he's like, make sure you promote If I Fail. Because all these people are here for you. And I was like, I fucking hope not. Like, I was like, nobody knows who we are. And he's just like, well, they're all here for you. Yeah. And of course, and then you guys go on and everybody just goes ape shit. But, it was just like such like, like a big like, come on, go. You got this, you're good.
Well, and and we're all the same way. Like Marcus, Ian, like, we never thought that we were any better than anybody else or didn't talk to people like, there's a band we played with at the Moon Room, and I'll tell you after this. Okay. Just because there's more of a potential that they will see this.
Yeah.
But we tried to talk to them, and they didn't give us the time of day.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're signed to No Sleep, I think, but they never, like, I always said and thought that Colin was famous. I'd say he's fucking famous, and he gave everyone the time of day, and his actual words would be, I ain't shit.
Ain't shit.
But 450 people at his funeral,
he shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm hoping with this benefit too. It's just we're expecting an outpour.
Hell yeah.
But no.
So what are you listening to these days?
Ooh. Everything. I mean, yesterday so when I went to listen to your podcast yesterday, the 3rd episode.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Of course.
For checking it out.
Of course. Thank you.
Subscribe!
Then no, I just loaded it. I still use an iPod. And I loaded it on the iPod.
I got one sitting right over there.
Right on. But loaded it on the iPod, and I went to a parking lot, and I just listened to it, because that's the only way I'll focus on it. But on the way home, I started listening to, I just put it on shuffle, and the Bare Naked Ladies came on.
Dude, I like Bare Naked.
Dude, and I parked at my apartment, and I was like, dude, 1 week is,
oh yeah,
mad flow, dude.
Status.
Yeah. And so I was like, I gotta learn this. I want to cover this. So I pulled up the lyrics. I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
That's a lot of
dude.
lyrics.
And so I went on Facebook and I was like, you think Eminem's got flows? You ever heard 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies?
If I had $1 million, something about that song makes me happy every time I listen to it.
The guitar riff.
It's the guitar riff, the organ, piano, or whatever.
How joyfully he talks about craft dinner.
Yeah, but we would eat craft dinner.
Because it's delicious. But no, besides the Backseaters, speaking of guitar riffs, Ground Up.
Yeah?
That riff is stuck in my head constantly.
Which one?
The chorus one. Yes. But yeah, that I started going back to the older stuff I liked, like Manchester Orchestra. Right now, I've been really diving into. You heard the Hotelier?
Yeah.
There's Home Like No Place Is There album.
I love that.
Oh my god.
The second song on there, I can never.
Cut our rows, left the umbilical. Yeah.
And then Your Deep Rest.
Your Deep Rest.
Oh,
I called it sick. Oh my god, yeah.
Damn.
I went a couple of weeks ago. I went on Genius, the lyric site, and just how they have the meetings and everything.
Yeah.
Just imploded on myself. But yeah, like I said, I'm into more of the lyrical stuff. It doesn't always have to be melodically aesthetic, unless it's Backseaters, because you just gotta get best of both worlds.
Wait, you saying we're not lyrical?
No, that's what I'm saying. You get the melodic,
okay,
and you get the lyrical.
I missed that somehow. My bad. What I asked Bailey about this before you got here, but what do you think about Ben Gibbard as a songwriter?
Great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Friends.
Yeah. Did he ever call you back about being?
Fuck no. Hey Ben, I still love you. I know you'll get this.
Yeah, he'll get it.
You know.
Just at the end of every week. Next week, tune in for Ben Gibbard, and then
always welcome.
Always open up the show with, well, Ben canceled, so we've got this guy instead.
Yeah.
Until this blows up, and then you actually have Ben Gibbard on,
and it's just gonna be me.
Then you have to answer for your years of fuckery. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be like, why didn't you call?
Hey, I reached out to you in 2018.
Yeah, that dude is an inspiration lyrically.
Oh my god.
Have you listened to their new album?
I haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to it. What was the last one that they had? The one that had Ghost of Beverly Hills on it?
Yeah, Kintsugi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
So good. But the new one, you need to listen to a song called Your Hurricane.
Okay.
And the last song on the album is called 60 and Punk.
Okay.
And it's amazing. It's mostly just piano and vocals. And then a little bit of drums in it as well. But their new album is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, because I think that one's on the list because I went from, basically, long story short, I went from 2 cars and then my car got totaled by the hail. So now we're down to 1 car that does not do anything but have CD player. But I got the auxiliary port working now, so the iPod's good to go. So I'm catching up on everything.
Is it the tape player one?
No, it's in the middle console. You lift it up and
what kind of car is it?
It's a 2006 Scion TC.
Oh, okay.
But you lift it up and it's got an auxiliary port in the console.
Damn.
And it was all fuzzy and crap, but I fixed it. So.
See, I detail cars, and I think the stupidest design, I can't remember what cars they are. In the trunk, there's a CD thing that you pop out and you can put 5 CDs in it, but it's in the trunk. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But great segue, because I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about music streaming services?
From the perspective of a consumer, great.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
From the perspective of a band, could be better.
Yeah. Instead of getting paid 1,000th of a
Right.
cent.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually why I, refer people to like Bandcamp and stuff, is because.
Yeah. It's hard to get people to go to fucking Bandcamp.
That's where most of ours came from.
Yeah.
And,
well, that's the only place where the Mailboxes EP is.
Yeah.
With cinema on it.
Yeah, and the funny part about like our last EP was it blew up in Australia.
For real?
Like over half of what America did.
Do you use CD Baby?
We use TuneCore.
Oh, okay. And it shows you where.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Australia, like, was very, very abnormal as far as the stats.
Yeah.
So we're just like, Australia, we're coming.
Hold up.
But yeah, I mean, as a consumer, as a listener,
yeah,
Spotify and Apple Music and everything, they're great.
It is cool, like, just because you hear of shit, because like it's harder, but it's easier. Like as you get older, you're not going to like I didn't. Towards the end of Warped Tour, I didn't go to the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I went for fucking 9 years straight. But
wow.
I don't know. I just feel like as you get older, you find less bands.
Yeah,
and I don't know. For me,
I think you're just. I don't know what it is either. I know what you're talking about, but I also don't know what it is.
Well, funny. Ben Gibbard said that he feels like, and apparently there was some study that like when you're. You stop really craving finding new music like that when you're like 18 to 20.
Right.
I think Ben said it.
Yeah, and I could see that just because you found the music that you like.
Yeah.
And then those bands don't keep making the same sounding music, so you're like, screw it, it's all nostalgia now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. There's, on rare occasion, I'll find a new band, new music through streaming services. I would say I more find them on like YouTube personally. Yeah. Just like the recommended if you like this, and as a band though,
it's hard that's how you gotta play ball.
Right, exactly, and it's like seeing how many people have purchased your stuff is great. Seeing how much you actually get from that, which is, in most cases, it's not about the money. Yeah. But it would help. It would help with the next recording, or whatever. Yeah. So. So you have your EP. Yeah. Do you have physical copies? Not yet. Are you going to? I think so. Okay. Yes. Do you buy physical copies of CDs still? Yeah. Oh yeah. Good. Yeah. I think you mentioned that in the third episode. Yeah. Fucking please keep buying CDs. Yeah, because there's so much more to it than just the CD itself. You get to see exactly what the artist wanted you to see in that little booklet, on the artwork. Exactly. Within the panels, everything was put together for you to experience it. Yeah. So it kind of takes from the experience if you just download a collection of songs and listen to it on your phone or whatever. Well, like the Phantom EP, I have to give you one when you bounce out of here. But we got artwork made for all 4 tracks. For each one, yeah. Yeah. That's what you were saying. So, I mean, like, if you don't buy the physical copy, you're missing out. You kind of miss out on that, yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of cool for the select few that still buy the CDs, because it's like, we're part of this secret group that got to experience this portion. So many CDs. Right. I think it was California, Blink-182's newer one. I bought that one, and I remember I downloaded it when it leaked. I bought it on iTunes because I felt bad for downloading it when it leaked, and then I went to Target, saw it there, and bought it again. So I bought it like 3 times. Like I owned it like 3 times. I've done that with a couple albums, for sure. Yeah, but except for mine go iTunes, CD, and then vinyl. Yeah. So I end up paying that band $35, $40 for a $10 collection of songs. Exactly. But you know what? Death Cab, Brian Fallon, Gaslight Anthem, all fucking worth it. For sure. And I mean, I'll use. I guess that's why I like streaming services, because I can use that to gauge what CDs I buy.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like a taste test.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, you know, in this day and age, you're like, oh God, what did people do back then? They didn't even know if they'd like the CD, and they bought it.
Dude, I used to go to Twist and Shout, and there's actually one specific time me and my fiance went,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, we should just pick up a random album, just looking at the artwork or whatever, of a band we don't know, and I got an album by a band called I Can Make a Mess Like Nobody's Business.
Yeah.
And like, it was fucking good.
Yeah.
I forget what she picked up, but it was
I
a
did
piece
that.
of shit.
With a band called Biffy Clyro.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
Only Revolutions. It was that CD.
I can't remember which one it is, but when we collide, we come together.
It's on Only Revolutions. I know that.
It is. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's like the one with like I think some kid running with balloons or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that one, and then I don't know if you've heard anything that came after. It's just as good.
Really?
Oh my god.
Damn.
And it's like it had that, as odd as it sounds, Biffy Clyro, when I was writing the Charlie Horse EP, like the instrumentals, played a pretty big role.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't know it until after I was done, but I was like, there's a lot of Biffy Clyro influences here.
Yeah.
And they're just like this random ass band from I don't know what country that just totally rocks. And that's another one that's lead guitarist is the vocalist, and I have no idea how he does it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, as far as like albums like that go, I also used to go to Second Spin a lot.
Yeah.
And I just remember me and Colton were gonna drive to Second Spin just cause, like, it was, you know, I was gonna buy something. And on the way there, I look up, because I love the Gaslight Anthem so much, and I just wanted to, I looked up who sounds like the Gaslight Anthem. And two bands came up, The National and The Hold Steady, and I was like...
And there was one Hold Steady song that I like...
Stuck in Between Stations?
I don't know.
Off of Boys and Girls in America?
Possibly. I cannot remember. I'd have to like listen to every single Whole City song to find out. But yeah, no, them and the National is gut wrenching.
Dude,
Holy
High
crap.
Violet is one of my favorite albums. Like, I can listen to it all the way through.
Right.
Along with the new story so far, by the way.
I haven't even tried.
Really?
Like, I'm scared to.
You're either
I hear
gonna
mixed
love it.
things.
It's my favorite story so far album.
Is it? Okay.
But you're either gonna love it or you're gonna be like, what is this fucking dog shat? Bring back Undersoil and Dirt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's
Total toss up.
that's exactly all. That's all of the reviews I've heard about it.
Yeah.
It's either it's my favorite or it's complete shit.
Yeah. So. Keep buying CDs.
Yes.
Stop buying tapes. Honestly, that shit is pointless. Tapes never sounded good. Vinyl, good.
Yeah.
Tapes, shit.
Right.
Like, stop making tapes.
I buy all the cassettes so I can transfer them to CD.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody did.
How are you playing them?
I don't know.
You
That's
have, like,
more
an old
rare.
ass car.
Yeah, at least with vinyl, you can still buy record players, but nobody's fucking, like, who has a tape player?
Go get a new car and then get a tape player installed in it
Yeah.
somehow.
Fucking the back of the store at Radio do they have Radio Shack?
Radio
anymore?
Shack. I don't think it's around anymore.
Car Toys.
Car Toys. That's a good one.
The
If
back
they
of the
have it,
fucking dusty box in the back.
The
that-
car radio museum where it's only you can
Yeah.
only find.
And they walk up like when you get a video game at Target or whatever, and they have to walk up, unlock it out of the case, and grab it for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, this is the last one in existence, so you have to be very gentle.
Yeah. But I agree with you about the streaming thing. Like, it's nice when you're not sure about an album and stuff.
Right.
And like, I use YouTube a lot too. Like, the funny thing about you saying peripheral vision and YouTube, like in the same conversation,
Right.
is before or when peripheral vision came out, somebody told me that album reminded them of Title Fight's Hyperview,
Okay.
which I hated that album.
Right.
I didn't like it at all.
I had it described to me as 90s soft rock.
that's better. But I
Right.
mean, Hyperview, and so I avoided it.
Right.
I was like, not
Fine.
interested. And then I was in a YouTube, hole one day. And then I came across Dizzy on the Come Down, and the rest was history.
Yeah. It's there's that's why I like YouTube, is because it'll show you what you've been sleeping on.
Definitely.
And then you get stoked. It's like, sweet, the album's already out.
Yep. And they have 3 more that sound just like it.
Exactly.
Yes. Let's see. Who would you say? Oh, sorry. Big influences for Charlie Horse are.
Ooh. Creed. No.
Nickelback.
Yeah, Creed, Nickelback, Daughtry.
ICP.
I don't know. I mean, there's.
I mean, you guys all listen to it.
Yeah, we all listen to different stuff, and Real Friends is a big one. That I think is the one that we all kind of mesh on. Because of the hotelier, a lot of our new stuff is a little bit more that I'm working with. It may not come out in public, it may not see the light of day, but I'm noticing a lot of influence from that. Newfound Glory, just a lot of the older, like, 2000s pop punk bands.
Yeah.
When we were recording with Taylor, we have a song called Fibers, and there's a riff that turned it from a pop punk song to a song you'd hear in the beginning of an American Pie movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
like,
funny.
you could, we were listening to it, and Taylor was just like, yeah, I could just picture, like, a group of guys, like, this is our year, our senior year, we're gonna make it, and so and that's, we've noticed a lot of people mention that, and so we kind of brought that back without intentionally doing it, so we're just gonna kind of write it out and see where it goes.
Sounds badass.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the most common one I think would either be Real Friends or Newfound Glory.
I have a video on my phone because my buddy went to Warped Tour this last year because it was the last one. And I loved Real Friends when they had their 2 EPs out, and then they put their album out, and I just I kind of fell off of them, and that's all I said. But my buddy, when I told him, he was drunk and he got mad, and then he thought I said I hate Real Friends, so I just kind of started saying I hate Real Friends. Well, he runs into Dan, the lead singer of Real Friends, Warped Tour, tells him, and they make a video to send to me, and Dan's going, fuck you.
That's the best.
Fuck you, Jake.
I don't love you anymore.
What?
But no, I mean, their new album, they recorded it with Jeremy from Did You Remember?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they recorded it at his studio.
Neck Deep should have done that again because their new album's
Deep Blue on the new one.
Yeah.
But that last one was dope.
just curious.
Yeah.
From the outside, that music video
Yeah.
and In Bloom.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking similar, huh?
Pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
By the time the album came out, they'd released like 3/4 of the album already. 3 music videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, In Bloom, I loved it. But then when the album came out, I was like, it's the best song.
Yeah.
Like,
The lyrics got so bad.
right.
I just feel like it wasn't heartfelt, and they probably did it too soon.
Right. And Life's Not Out to Get You,
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah, that was a good album.
That one, I think, and I was just thinking that too when you brought up influences. I was like, we actually were really into that album when we started writing. So, let's throw Neck Deep in there.
It's crazy listening to your own releases and going, oh yeah, I remember when I wrote that song, I was listening to this band a lot. Yeah, exactly. Like the Mailboxes EP, I was only listening to the Gaslight Anthem and the Hold Steady.
Right, and I mean, you listen to music and there's a lot of derivative stuff, especially, I mean, with your own, you obviously knew what you were into. But yeah, I mean, as long as people can identify what that is, it's all you know.
Well, and there's been times too where I hear a song and I go, I love this song. I want to write a song like this. And I go in and like obviously I have my own guitar part. And like I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I go into the studio and like I hear the structure. I play a different drum part.
Yeah.
But hear the structure, do the drums, and then the guitar part, and it sounds nothing like the song that I was thinking of when I got inspired. So
Yeah, I mean,
sounds like a backseater song.
yeah, and then there's like, with me personally, because the way I write songs is I'll write it while playing guitar. I'll throw it into like FL Studio, Guitar Pro, whichever I'm feeling more, and then creates like a MIDI version of the song so that everybody can hear it and write to it and everything.
Do you do that more than writing all together, or is it a mix?
Usually that first step with the guitar, I'll bring it to the rest of the band.
Yeah.
I have started encouraging them to bring stuff to me because
encourage all you want.
Yeah. No, our new guitarist Jake, he showed up and like once we like officially inducted him, he was just like, cool, well I got this part.
Yeah.
And I was like, easy intern. You just remember our coffee order and then but
Chris, take notes. Just kidding.
But yeah, no, we treat him like a rookie still. But yeah, no.
Chris is I'm 24 and I think he said he's like 32.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it trips me out though because he doesn't look like he's 32.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, our Jake is 27. So he's like, I'm 25. Clint is like 2 years younger than us, but me, Norris, and Hans are 25. And yeah, and it's when we were shopping on Craigslist, like throwing it out there, we're like, I don't want to be the guy that says, hey, no old dudes, because they're probably seasoned, they know what they're doing, but
I just didn't want anybody who was like, hey, my name's Eric, I was playing in a cover band before this.
I opened for Kings of Leon.
Yeah, we played at the Toad Tavern twice a year. Yeah, right. I just didn't want any of that. And thankfully, Chris has been in bands. He knows what it takes to make an album and do all that shit.
Sweet, so. You got lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it's, but yeah, he shows me parts that he wrote, and so he brought it to band, and I was like, oh, you're feeling brave. But no, and we liked it. It's something I'm working with now, but no, I'll bring a riff or something. That's usually how it starts, and then Norris jumps in on the drums. Hans sits and waits until I teach him how to play it. And and it kind of builds from that. And then when I go home by myself, I build off of that. They criticize it.
Yeah.
Critique is a better word.
Yeah.
But tell me what they want to do with it.
Make notes.
But I put everything all together as far as writing goes. Everybody plays a little bit of a role.
Yeah.
Especially lyrically. Like I said, it's just all of us literally sitting in a car, throwing out ideas, phrases.
See, I can't do that. I have to write all the
lyrics.
Yeah.
I'll still go on like little, like just solo ventures.
Yeah.
Just to not stay rusty. And.
Well, yeah, I have a whole SoundCloud of solo songs and stuff that just didn't work for the backseaters.
Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of... Because they don't know
what good music is.
Because they have bad taste. Yeah. But yeah, no, and it's like I've got years and years of lyrics on my phone and a backup in my email.
Yep.
Everything. So I still go out solo and then save all the good stuff, and then everybody else adds to it with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah, dude.
So, events coming up? Just the benefit show?
The benefit show for now.
October 14th at Herman's Hideaway. Backseaters, Charlie Horse, and other.
Much more.
Fox Lake, Calfu, other. As the Sky Darkens, they're getting back together. Burial Plot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I fucked up. Sorry, Rob. Rob Denver, if you saw this and I said other instead of the burial plot, that's my bad. Love you, brother.
Disrespect.
Sorry. I don't mean to. I just suck, okay?
I'm
suck.
on the just added list of Charlie horses on the Facebook.
You
So
don't have to
we're
tell
just
people
we're,
that.
we're just happy to be there. But we've got the benefit show. We're really diving into writing the next record.
You're gonna record with Taylor
Oh, yeah.
again?
Just makes it easy.
I gotta stop talking about him. I'm giving him way
Right.
too much
Way too much
fucking
press.
clout. Taylor Hunt, I love you, but you need to drop your own business, dude. I can't keep doing all the legwork.
Right.
He's gonna hear this. Oh man, if you have no idea the shit that he dealt with, because I was on one when we recorded the Phantom EP.
Oh,
like
man.
I don't know if you watched the live that he did when I was recording guitar parts, but I was just talking mad shit to him, mouthing off the whole time, and like I have outtakes from the making of that probably nobody can ever see because there's some fucked up shit in there.
Yeah,
just
we would,
shit that I said.
Yeah, we were just assholes to each other. Like we were just like, yeah, Taylor thinks you're great. You know, it was like he'll stop giving us good ideas if we talk shit about him.
Not me. He gets pretty blunt with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talk shit.
But we're gonna end up going back to Taylor, and then shows.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna be a little bit more proactive about getting out there and playing more songs and different songs and
What's crazy is that girl Bailey that was in here before you.
Yeah.
She was talking about all these shows that she's playing and just named off all these places that I'd never even heard of. And like she's got shows there and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like October 20th where I'm gonna be playing this baseball field outside.
Yeah. Oscar Blues, she's playing at a place called that. And sounds dope the way
she's
she
beer company.
Yeah, I think in the basement.
Like a brewery?
Yeah, I don't know. But it sounded fucking cool.
Cool.
So, recording and then shows.
Shows.
Right on. What does the future look like for Charlie Horse? Like what are you guys hoping to do in the coming near future?
Well, right now we're putting together a merch.
Mm-hmm.
Getting some shirts, some cool designs, some funny ass designs.
Do you have any already?
Not yet.
Okay. Are you guys on iTunes and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
iTunes, Spotify, Pandora. We bought the deluxe package. So
nice.
As long as I keep paying that subscription.
See, that's the thing. Is CD baby is one time.
Is it?
Yeah. Crap. TuneCore you have to pay like monthly or whatever. So.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
So if you do start a band, despite the title of this podcast, CD baby. But we're working on merch. Hopefully get some physical CDs. I'll have to ask the guys if I feel about their squirt gun guy.
Yeah.
I know there's a squirt gun guy somewhere, and I just gotta find him.
He's waiting for business.
Yeah. But as far as the writing, it's hitting. We're gonna try to hit on a more emotional level for us and for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
The new stuff we're doing is a lot darker, a little bit heavier. Still derivative of the first EP.
Yeah.
But definitely a departure. But it'll be catchy, it'll be heavy, and it'll make you cry.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's the plan.
That sounds great.
Yeah. And shows with backseaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will be doing that. So, do you want to say anything about the track that we're going to play here at the end?
I believe I sent you Send Dudes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Send Dudes is the first song we put out. It's like the opener for our EP, the opener for our performances. It's a good overall look at what we are, what we do, what we play, how we write. It's heavy for the people that love heavy, and it's catchy for the people that love catchy. So that's it.
Right on. And you can find Charlie Horse at facebook.com/CharlieHorseDenver, and then Instagram at Charlie Horse Band.
Yes. Yes.
And
Or
on
at your
iTunes.
local 7-Eleven buying Red Bull.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right
Or,
on.
I mean, energy drink with red and silver can.
Yes.
And blue.
Random energy drink.
Energy
Nonsense.
drink.
Unless Red Bull wants a piece of this, whatever. Red Bull. I like your coconut blueberry flavor. That shit is.
Yeah, I know. I
I
was
love
talking to
coconut
somebody at
anyway.
work. It's coconut berry flavor.
Mhm.
And I was like, isn't coconut technically a berry?
Is it?
I guess so. It grows on a tree.
I had no idea.
You would think.
Dingleberries don't grow on a tree. It's more a bush berry.
Depends on how you look at it.
Right on. Well,
Awesome.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
on.
for having me. This is fun.
Go listen to Charlie Horse. For the listeners of the podcast, please enjoy Send Dudes by Charlie Horse.
Thank you.
For the livers, thanks for watching.